A very quick live stream just to show you what cheap crafted miniatures I've made. I've made a whole bunch of Dungeons and Dragons miniatures, cheaply crafted, that I put out. They've been really long streams, so I thought I would show you roughly what I have to date. Somebody had asked me how many I had done and sort of what I had done. So I thought I'd come in and give you a nice close-up look so you can have a look and see exactly what they are. So here is the roper. It's not painted yet. We'll paint it later on. I'll just make sure it's going to focus for you. And as you can see, it's got 6 tentacles, it's got teeth, it's got an eyeball, which is the little bead in the middle there. Okay, so that's probably one of the more interesting miniatures I have. But I do have another miniature, and you can see the back as well. And then, of course, I have a beholder, because there's always a request for somebody to make their own beholder. So this, once it's focusing, and hopefully it does, there we go, it's focusing. This beholder is made with a wooden ball and a lot of wire, mostly paper clips, a few beads, and a lot of putty, and of course toothpicks. So I use a lot of toothpicks for teeth, a lot of hot glue, and yeah, essentially that is my own homemade beholder miniature. That sort of thing is, well, you know, honestly, I actually wish I could have redone it. If I ever do another one, I probably won't put the little lumpy bits on the back. It sort of looks a bit pop-marked to me. But yeah, it's not bad. And then I decided I would try to do a purple worm mouth. I didn't feel like I needed to do the entire worm. I just wanted the mouth with the teeth. So this is what I've done. I've created like a donut. And this is made out of tin foil, essentially, and a bit of putty, some toothpicks, a lot of hot glue, some stones or rocks, and I've laid it out as such. Pretty simple to do. Made my own bases too. A lot of the bases I've made out of MDF board. Over here I have, this is a black pudding. This is the smaller version. This is what would happen if the larger version was to break off. And I have created 2 smaller versions of that. It's kind of a little bit shaped like a wave, so you can see it's shaped like a wave, and I wanted to have it a more aggressive pose than the grey ooze, so that's why I've made the small ones like this. But what I've done is with the black pudding, it's a blob with some bits, pseudopods sort of poking out or trying to poke out. But this isn't the only black pudding that I made. I actually made 4 of them. These aren't painted, and this is what you would come across. This is what will split into if you do damage to it. But I've made a black pudding which engulfs. So you want something that engulfs your miniature, tries to sort of absorb them. Well, this is what I've done. And I've tried to base it off the original black pudding miniature that was produced not so long ago. That's why it's got you know, pseudopods that are trying to reach around the central section. You can literally put a miniature in there, and if you give me a second, I'll grab a miniature and I'll stick one right inside. There it is, that'll do. As such, just like that. Piece of cake, works out pretty well, and I can get it in there easily. It doesn't even matter if the arms are sticking out or anything like that. That's my black pudding. And the same with the purple worm. So when I made the purple worm, what I tried to do was make it so that I could actually put a miniature inside, because I wanted to be able to eat the characters. So it fits inside the actual mouth. This is, like I said, I don't think a purple worm would have its entire body come out of the ground. I feel like it would just come out of the ground, mouth would engulf a character or try to bite it and then drag it down, and that would be the end of that character, really. So that's another miniature that I've done. I've got grey oozes, which are really simple, based off the grey ooze miniature that I believe either Wizards of the Coast or Paizo produced. I'll just wait for it to focus. This is a new camera, and it'll either focus or it won't. I don't know why it's not. The other ones did. Maybe it's because it's grey. Just give it a second. There you go. It is starting to focus a bit more. So these I've made more like they sort of come up and drop down, like they're a little bit more haphazard, less aggressive. I made the black puddings more like a wave. These are sort of like more droopy, less aggressive, but still dangerous. So that's the grey oozes. And then I decided I wanted to make a mimic, and I thought, well, you can have a treasure chest as a mimic, but what's better than a treasure chest mimic, but a door mimic? So this is actually a door. I know you can't quite tell. It does sort of look a bit odd, but you can see I put the ribbing on it, made out of wood. I've given it some texture, which you may be able to see or may not. It's got a doorknob or a door handle, like a ring for opening the door. I put 3 eyes on it. That's what those round things are. And it's got some a mouth and teeth. And yeah, not too bad. I think it worked out reasonably well. Really tricky to do. I've also made a Naga. This is like a large snake-like creature that has the head of a human or a humanoid-like. Yep, there you go. There we go. It's actually focusing now. Sorry if I'm shaking around a lot. So yes, that is the Spirit Naga. Haven't had a chance to paint it. This is the Orchid Jelly. I've painted it yellow, and I've made it based off an Orchid Jelly miniature that I already had. Slightly larger, all tin foil and paper clips, hot glue, and a bit of ingenuity, and obviously I've put it onto a base. And I've created it in such a way that it looks like a couple of pseudopods are sort of reaching out towards its new victim, which will be one of your characters, hopefully. And then got the Gelatinous Cube. So this is based off a video that I saw DM Scotty on the DM's Craft Make, and this is made out of plastic sheet that I cut and then just glued together, and you build it up with the hot glue to create a lot more thickness to it, otherwise it's just too weak. And this will fit right over the top of your miniature when you decide to use your Gelatinous Cube, like so. Done. Okay, he's been engulfed. So that's not too bad. It worked out reasonably well. It's a little bit warped. This is the Ocular Swarm that I spent quite a lot of time on making. This is from the Tome of Beasts that was put out by Kobold Press. That's right, Kobold Press. I did a review on it not so long ago. This is supposed to be just a bundle of eyes that floats around, and as you see and can see, I haven't quite finished it. I started painting it, but I had an accident. I haven't fixed that up yet. And that's my Ocular Swarm. And then, haven't finished this miniature, but this is the Otyugh, which you probably can't really identify. It looks like it's got 3 tentacle-like things, like 3 legs, and what looks like maybe a mouth but no teeth. This is incomplete. It's not finished yet, and when it is finished, I'm hoping that it will... How's it going? Hail Jasper. If I can just... if I can find it. There we go. There we go. Sorry about the screen moving around. There you go. So that is what it's going to be based off. This is the miniature I'm trying to duplicate, and eventually it should look something like that. Well, that is the plan. I don't know that it will, but I really am going to try hard to make sure it does. So next time I have my weekend, looks pretty cool. Thank you, Jasper. I appreciate that. So the next time I have a weekend, which will be a couple of days, I'm going to have a go at trying to complete this thing, or at least do more on it, because I figure it's going to take me a little while. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Look, if you guys found this video helpful or informative, great. Share and like the video. And I see somebody has already liked the video, and I appreciate that. That's great news. Thank you very much. On top of that, for those of you who had been asking me how many miniatures I actually had made so far, I'm going to count them now. I'm counting actual different miniatures. They can't be repeats. So if I've got two grey oozes, that doesn't count. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So that's 13 miniatures in total for those of you, and by the end of the year I'm sure it's going to be a lot more. Now if you're not already subscribed to my channel, then subscribe to my channel if you like this sort of thing. This is really not what I normally do. I normally do, other stuff, but people have been asking about seeing this stuff, and since I haven't had a chance to paint it, I thought I would do that. So hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed. If you want to get notified when I go live or when I publish a new video, then there's a bell button beside the subscribe button, and you just hit that button and it'll let you know when I'm live or when I publish a new video. If you want to support my channel, hey, watch my videos. It's really helpful. I get a bit of ad revenue from that. I don't do Patreon, but down in the bottom there is affiliate links. You know the story with those affiliate links. I get a small commission. You pay exactly the same price online, and you don't even have to buy the thing that it's linked to. You can just go through the link and then buy something else. And look, if you have any feedback, by all means, put that down in the chat, in the live chat right now. I do appreciate the feedback from Jasper. That is fantastic. Thank you very much. And for anybody else, you can put your comments and your feedback and any advice, and I'm new to this sort of thing, down in the comments section. And hey guys, you guys have a good night, good day, whatever it is. What's that, Tommy? Thanks. Always great info. Gaming is a wonderful way to waste time. Yes, you're absolutely right. It is a wonderful way to waste time. So look, you guys have a good night, have a good day. Go get a meal, do whatever you need to do, and I will see you later. And till next time, keep rolling those 20s.